Hey everyone, this is Tracy with Color Me This. Today is episode 395. We are in Small Victories today, doing the daily color, starting a new page. I am going to start this page with the Woomer 72 set again that I did on the previous page on the top, doing the top house. And I was trying to think of a clever way to explore the color palette for the Woomer pencils. And I came up with the color wheel. This is my inspiration. So we will get started on the top row, and I'm going to see how far we can get. It would be cool if we could finish this in 2 sittings. So I hope that I'm going to do 3 pencil sets. I have done a slight adjustment. This was the page from the previous 3 days. Or 3 episodes. I think of it as days. And here is the arrangement that I will be perusing the color wheel. Sorry for the shine there. Working through the color wheel. I've already got colors chosen. 3 pencil sets. I'm not going to talk about the other 2 pencil sets till we hit them. So I'm going to start right at the top here with the Woomer. I will hopefully have remembered to post an image of the Woomer beautiful pencils arrayed in the color family order. I'm going to start with the color family order that I prefer to store my pencils in, and that is starting with yellow. All right, so, and of course it gets really bright now. So I will darken it up some. All right. So again, starting with the yellow family, color family first, going to the oranges, and then to the reds, and we will walk through. It is going to go fast. These already, as I've colored with them the one time, they're a pretty quick pencil. They're soft and buttery. I did a yellow house. The yellow was especially buttery, and I'm feeling it still with these colors. I did choose, it's a 72 set, so I couldn't necessarily say that I would use only pencils I hadn't touched yet. So there is some reuse that you're going to see. Okay, so the middle of the flowers are the yellow-orange, going out to the lightest. And I could have made these small. They're white, but I did not make them white, so they're going to have to be yellow. All right, so those are our yellow. I will share with you, if I can read these, the way that they did the names and numbers is a dropout in gold. So what I have found, let's see if I can replicate it. The easiest way for me to see them is to rotate to my eye right about here. So if you can't see how much easier it is to read at an angle, that is because the glare of the lighting is not quite the same as the angle, but I promise you, if you angle these a little, tip them toward you at maybe a 45-degree angle toward you, you will be able to read. So I went through this last night when I was finished coloring. I had to go through and fill in the description with all the colors, and rotating, just rotate till you can read it perfectly, and that's the best way to read them. So we've got light to dark, light lemon yellow, 30, cadmium yellow 35, and sunburst yellow 40. Ironically, this light lemon yellow 30 on the swatch chart, it shows as just lemon yellow. So just note that. I'm going to overlap some colors, so I am going to be pulling this sunburst yellow into my orange blend. I will go ahead and share it with you now since I have them. As the colors get darker, it gets harder to read them. We have 128 orange and 132 pale vermilion to complement the sunburst yellow 40. Starting with the darker color at the bottom. I demonstrated at the tail end of the Inktense house my thoughts for if you like a fully burnished look and you don't want to see any tooth, a really easy way to get the tooth gone is to use a colorless blending pencil, a blender pencil. So I demoed that actually, and I did it on the Marie's, which I don't think because I am not typically a blending pencil colorer, but I wanted to give you guys an option for some of these really pigmented pencils to be able to not have to keep applying the color over and over. And sure enough, the blending pencil, I used the Caran d'Ache Full Blender Bright, so it has no wood, and it did a fantastic job. Not sure with the smaller spaces I'm coloring in today if I will have to or feel inclined. I just think since these are so vibrant, I mean, look at how vibrant they are, that I really, really wanted you guys to see them fully burnished. But I didn't have like the time when I'm coloring. I wanted you to see it and not have to wait for me to get the time to do it. So I went ahead and pulled out the blender to see if I could accomplish it very quickly, and it worked great. Moving on, right on to the red. I've got one of the reds here. This is one that the tip was damaged in transit, and this is a tip here. I grabbed a pink, so this tip, that is the blunt tip of how it comes from the factory, and then here is a red that I sharpened that I used yesterday. These are definitely small enough images. I've already sharpened some of the pencils. So we're going to be doing red, and I've got this lovely burgundy, red purple. So we're going to go in this order. I have a lighter pink to cross over. This is a light, boy, I can hardly read that. Oh, here we go. See, you got to get the angle just right. Light crimson, 138, carmine, 150 something. Should get my reading glasses for this. And then red purple. And again, I will have the colors in the description. Pulling from the next color family, I have pink matter 110. So that, I'll just go ahead and stick that in my hand because I will probably want it. I think I already mentioned these sharpen fantastic. I may, just for fun, try to leave the small petals white. They seem to be pretty good at holding a point. I do have my reading glasses, or craft glasses as I call them, right here, and I am going to use them. Oh yeah, that makes a big difference. So I was very excited when I thought of a good strategy for this page to really help show these pencils, their color range. And then I have found, again, two good pencil sets that I didn't have to do much reconfiguring of my rotation page. Just shifted 2 sets down 1 slot, and I think it is a very good adjustment to my rotation. Sometimes I want to be super strict and go with the flow in the order as prescribed, but this is a special circumstance with a brand new set of pencils. I have moved on to that middle red tone that I used yesterday. It was the light color for the brick fascia. I might try this. This is the pink matter, I believe. I'm going to come back in with a little more red. I need this to look a little more red, less pink. And I can fix that with another bit of the carmine. So this is fully saturated with pigment, and you'll see that I am I'm able to darken the pink by going over the top, which is great that I can layer dark over light, light over dark. That is wonderful. Let's see if I can sneak, just for a test. Can I get some dark, even darker over the red? Sometimes it's really hard to get even a darker color over a red because it's such a strong pigment. And I am seeing this dark without a problem. Nice. I do have this pink. This is light crimson, so the crimson is the brightest red. I just want to make sure that this looks red for my color wheel inspiration. And that is better. All right. Again, these are a little bit messy. I see some crumbs. I already have a brush out because I knew I would not be wanting to run my hand across the image. So there we go. I am going to, in the center of that flower, I'm going to sharpen, going with a yellow, but it's a yellow orange, sunburst yellow. I was kind of sloppy on that particular one, but I'm going to move on. We're going to still get our point made. All right. So the lupins, if that is what they are, I will call them lupins. I'm going to shift over this way. The lupins are going to be my fuchsia color. So we're not going to be, we did browns yesterday, a lot of brown on the house, and a lot of green. So today is minimal brown, well, no brown, no grays, and very minimal green. All right, from light to dark, pink matter 110, rose red 153, alizarin crimson 183. These are not sharpened. We'll see if I can accomplish what I need without sharpening, but I've got the sharpener right here. I'm just making the shadowy areas on each petal be the darkest. I will sharpen that. Yep. Yep, these do feel really nice once you sharpen them. All right, so this is the middle pink. The more I use these, the more they feel like prismas to me. They are smooshy, and they want that heavy pressure to get the tooth of the paper to disappear. See how, I hope you guys can see that smoosh right there. That is Prismacolor smooshing. They right now have shifted from, they looked like Marie's, but now they are very Evazar, Prisma. Those are my two softest pencils I own. Barrel, the old Prismas. That's what these remind me of. Softer than Artex, softer than Marie's, and Marie's, I think Marie's are softer than Artex. All right, there's our pink done. I'm gonna have to put these up because I've got a lot of pencils here to get out, trying to get this full rainbow effect. All right, moving on to purple. And if you are curious how, and then what did I do with, I've got these purple. I am missing, I think I put them away. Okay, I have to pause. 2 of the pencils got put away. Yep, actually one of them got put away on accident. So now we're on to purple in the color wheel. I guess it's technically called violet. I only have 2 for the flowers, and then I am going to only go into the light blue, and I'll show it here. As soon as I show you the Manganese Violet 344 and the Royal Purple 366. I will then go to the two butterflies. Let me move a little bit that direction so you can see that I have a butterfly on each side. This blue is going to be used light ultramarine 215 with the royal purple. And we've got a whole bunch of these little flowers. I might pop in the yellow. I'm going to first off shift back over for the moment. It's just easier for me what area I am needing to see of the page on the table. All right, so we've got our yellow, which I'm picking Sunburst again. Okay. And we will see if I can add some variation. I think I missed that one. There we go. Yeah, I'm finding if I want to fill in the tooth, it just is easiest if I use heavy pressure. I don't know how to explain. That's what they feel like to me. I can't wait to get some time after my trip so I can actually work with them a little more. It is fun to just dive in and just talk through what they feel like. Okay, but it'll be fun to try some different things. I have a test page that I use as a learning page in addition to running a pencil set through all of the tests, and one of them is light layering versus, or light pressure many layers versus heavy pressure fewer layers. Not really worried too much about a light source for these little flower images. I also can't wait till I finish the book, and then this is one of the perfect pages for a background. All right, I have smushed, and I think they look cute. And now I'm going to take this royal purple, and I'll work on the butterfly that's right there. Oh. pulling in the light ultramarine. Okay, we gotta shift over here to our other tiny butterfly. The body I'm gonna leave alone. I might put a glaze, a black glaze, perhaps, but I'm not gonna worry about that today. Today, it's all about the pencils. Now, we needed to come over here anyhow because we have the green leaves to do. I have three greens, a light to dark. I went with 121 leaf green, which I believe we did use. A green 426, which we used. Maybe all three of these. Hooker's green 469. Yep, I believe these were used over on the houses. These are small leaves, but they will take a hot minute to do because there's so many of them. These will be a nice big leaf. Couple more over here. Too small. Even things up here. My camera's a little bit off. And the thing there, that should be much better. I'm not even going to try to get those stems. That's going to be really hard. Maybe I'll sharpen one of these up super sharp. The middle green. All right, so let's see how. Oh yeah. Okay, working on the middle green. You know, I wish that these had a bigger set than 72. Sadly, many of the budget pencils that come out, I'm thinking Artistro, etc., they don't come out with a bigger set, and I really think that this is thus far an excellent candidate for a larger set. I do understand why everybody is raving about these. Yep. Even without doing my formal tests, these really want you to smush them. Did you see? I hope you saw that how fantastic the greens were to put down using the heavy pressure smushing technique. So I've already got this dark, and I am going to go right in with the middle tone. And then soften it. I need my brush. There it is. Some crumbs going on. Okay, I hope that this was fun, because now the next little test is going to begin. We've got a lot of data points here. So I will now unveil the second set. So I have a set that has been surprising in this book, so good in this book, so vibrant. They have repeatedly been more vibrant than any other set on the page when I pit them against even Holbein, which is the first set that they were up against. It was Prang and Holbein, and they were just by far the star on that page. So I'm done here. Here is our wonderful color wheel. Set number 2 is going to go right here. And here they are. Starting with the yellow. We don't have as many colors to work with as a typical large set, but we're now working with the Woomer at 72. So it's the Schpirrer Farben. So yellow 60, hot sun 70, vanilla flower 80. Love the lettering, love their numbering. It is in color family number order with some gaps. They go in chunks of 10 to be able to leave room for any new colors. There are only 96 colors. I am going to start with the yellow. So these, now we have smaller flower elements, and I'm going to start with the vanilla flower, which is the equivalent of the yellow orange. I am looking at the time. I am going to definitely need to split this into 2 chunks, and the best stopping point for me is to do half of the Schpirrer Farben today. I wanted to get that done at least because of the feel difference. These are not as smushy feeling initially. I'm going to go ahead and take that. They're not as pigmented initially. See, it's hard to explain, but I can see it. I hope you guys can see that they are smooshable, but yet go right into the tooth. So I am able to get this color payout with way less pressure. I had mentioned yesterday I was struggling a little bit with getting the Woomers to fill in the tooth without the heavier pressure. I'm grabbing oranges. I've got, so for the orange of these beautiful big flowers, we're going to do 2 of them. I am using for the darkest color, watermelon 230, orange 180, and then that funny name, a vanilla flower. And this should be fantastic. We will see. It took a little bit extra work and time. I am feeling like doing the straight veins here. Let's get that sharper. And even sharper. So it's funny that this is called watermelon. I always think of watermelon as like a hot pink, and this is definitely an orangey pink. Someone's interpretation of the color, the person who designed and named the color palette. Okay, moving on to orange. I am using swirls now, or small ovals. It'll be interesting to see how it looks, because it feels like these wouldn't be as bright. But I do like how easy it is to fill in the tooth. Interesting. Okay, moving on to the vanilla flower. I don't know, in the end that came out pretty bright, didn't it? Okay, next. Yep, I'm at 40 minutes, so we need to get the red finished. We're crossing over into, we've got watermelon. Because the sets are smaller, I've had to do some overlaps of the transition colors. Okay, so we've got watermelon 230, true love 240, and plum 310. So oh, that's orange. And this is red. Yep, so we're good. We have a couple of these, oops, I lost my focus. A couple of little tulips, and I have a game plan for those. I hope I remember my game plan. Yep. I think what I'm going to do is save the blue tones for when I get to the purple to blue, and I will come back across and do the butterflies and those little tulips, because I am very close to out of time. So up above, I had not done enough red, so I'm going to remember that this must be primary red as its dominant color. Nope. Having a critter come across outside. I've seen a lot of deer at night traveling on the trail. It is so cute. They actually walk on the trail. Sometimes they'll walk in my yard on the grass, but I think they like to walk on the sandy trail. It looks like some people walking on the trail just at night. And they're deer, not people. Yeah, these are pretty fast, aren't they? Okay, the finisher is that watermelon. I could leave a little bit of white. I've been having so much fun here dealing with how bright can I get the pigment. Okay, we've got green. So this green will span both sets of images, and I do want to get that done. It's got a couple minutes left. Colors are, this is the dark, and I think since we have a couple of different leaf shapes, I might vary the colors a little bit. The dark is Casino Green 610. Middle green is Golf Course 574. Its barrel color is very close to the light color Avocado 550, but the pigment coloring is not quite as close as the barrels suggest. A little bit of crumbs here. I can see that I left a harsh line, and I do recall that these, when you do a harsh line with the dark colors, they're not an insta-blend, so these do not quite blend as well as the Woomers. The Woomers would let me smush the two together, and I could not get that lighter green to smush into the darker green, but see, you can come back and do a soft softening. And it is my bad, I did not do a soft, like a fade. So that was my bad. Oh, maybe these little guys can be dark. I can't wait to finish this tomorrow and then move on to our second set that I thought would be a good pick. Yeah, and I could have, yes, picked Prismacolor, but that would have been too easy. I did try to pick, I'm on the lightest color now. I did try to choose colors that were already on my list, very close. And there were two really good ones, so we will get to being able to compare these to Prismas. All right, folks, I am out of time. I will be back in the next episode to finish the rest of both of these flowers, and then we will move right on to the third set and our third feature set that I'm going to use. I will wait till then, do all the YouTube things, like, share, comment, consider subscribing, and I hope to see you all there.